What's going on, everybody? It's Chris from Out West with Chris. I am back to do another Alpha Outpost unboxing. It's been quite a while since I did one of these, so let's just get after it. Let's get started. You need a minute. That might have been a little bit of a harsh introduction. Totally kidding. As you guys know, I have a little bit of a history with Alpha Outpost. Just to kind of give you guys a little background, this is going to be a three-part series. So I have 3 boxes that I'm going to review. I'm going to review them with my brother-in-law. He's ex-Army, he's an outdoorsman, does a little bit of everything, hiking, backpacking, hunting. We're up hunting right now in northern Idaho. And thought it might be fun to take a look at how Alpha Outpost has changed since the last time you've seen me talk about them. Let's just dive into the first box. We'll see what's up. The first box, which burned, we took everything out. It's marooned, and I guess the idea behind this was you're out sea kayaking and you fall overboard or something like that. What do? This is supposed to have a bunch of stuff in it. It's going to help you out if that happens. So let's take a look at some of the stuff. You get the handy dandy patch. It's a marooned patch. Hey Dad, throw that in the fire. A couple of other small things we'll just work through really quick. Got a signaling mirror on a lanyard. So there's not too much light right here, but there you go, you get a little bit. A little signaling mirror.
Yeah, got the directions on it on how to use it and look through it.
If you're lost at sea and stranded on a deserted island, having a signaling mirror would actually be pretty useful to signal for help. So that's one decent item. A little departure from how they used to do things. They no longer put the value of the items in the box. I understand why they don't do that, because a lot of that stuff I would balk at the value. Back in the day, I thought some of their stuff was just cheap Chinese made garbage that they slapped their logo on and put a high price tag on. So
some of that hasn't changed. Still logo on everything.
Yeah, so yeah. Of this stuff there's still logos everywhere. What else do we got?
Got a key floaty.
A nice little key floaty. It's foam, put your keys on it. This is great if you are a boater, you know, keep your boat keys on it so that if they fall overboard or something, you're good to go. This is actually a decent little product. It'd be even better if it didn't have their logo on it. But, you know, I probably won't use this, so I don't know. Maybe it'll go in a future giveaway or something. Or Roger, if you want it. You want it? Rick, you want it?
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay, we'll set this aside.
Handy dandy whistle. They do come in handy when you get lost. Let's see, everything. Just a small lightweight plastic one. Trying to figure out what that is. Got a little belt clip, which is alright.
It's loud.
It's got some decibels behind it. So.
This is probably so that you can clip it to a PFD, something like that. If you kayak, like fish, you know, stuff like that, having a whistle with you is actually a good idea, especially when you're out in the ocean. Something that you can make noise with to get found if you get lost. This is important. Kind of along those lines is another item. This one actually, on the surface, it actually looks pretty good. So basically what we have here, this is a little handheld emergency strobe light.
Nothing real fancy, O-ring seals, and
yeah,
is what it is.
Pretty plasticky, but you know, it would actually be helpful in case of an emergency. You know, you'd be able to hold this up or strap it to yourself, and you'd have an emergency strobe light. In the kayaking world, a lot of ocean kayak guys will take strobe lights like these and strap them to the front or the back of their PFDs. There's actually a spot on a lot of PFDs for that, and that's just to let people know that you're there. You know, in the dark, it's kind of a good idea for boats to be able to see kayaks. So it's always a good idea to have something like this, or a light of some sort, when you're out on the water. I'm kind of looking at this not from the standpoint of I'm gonna get marooned someday. I'm actually looking at this from, is this stuff I can actually use now? I have a lot of this stuff already, and it's stuff that I like. I probably won't work this into my rotation, but I could use it if I needed something in the, you know, because I fish so much out of a kayak. So if you didn't know about that, you should check out some of my kayak fishing videos. I'll put a card right here. Next we have a light. We actually already tested this light. It's a 3-watt diving flashlight. I'll let you talk about this, because you had some opinions on it.
I did. So the first thing off the bat is the switch. The on-off switch, I'm thinking it's a magnetic type switch, because there's no through hole into the body, there's no switch mechanism, just a little knob you slide forward and back, and it just doesn't have that quality feel to it. It works, it's a bright flashlight. The downside that I saw to it is, like he's going to show you right now, putting the batteries in. The whole lens unit comes out of the head, which is kind of weird. But okay, you can get past that. But the light pattern on it is so wide, there's no real focused beam to it at all. It's just poof, light everything up. No, so with it being a dive light, usually they're like pencil beam to cut through the water so you can get some distance. And I don't dive. I have an uncle that does, and his diving lights in comparison to this are night and day.
You know, it's logoed up as everything else is. It is what it is. It's plasticky. When we did try it out, it worked. The switch was weird, but I understand why they have a switch like this, because if they had too many holes going into the body, it wouldn't be waterproof. It is advertised as waterproof to 100 meters, right? Yep. 100 meters is pretty damn deep. That's a lot of pressure. So if that actually worked, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. 4 AA batteries, not included.
We don't have any batteries in it right now, or else we'd show you guys what's up with that. But we're gonna move on to the last item, and we're gonna take a look at it. It comes in this little bag right here, or you can use this bag to store it, and it's basically a dry bag. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about that first.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird opening it up, and it's cool that they're doing it. Veterans awareness. Veterans Crisis Hotline. 22 a day is way too many. So being an ex-vet, I've had some friends decide they were done, and unfortunately couldn't find help. But they give you a couple things, and then they give you a little card as well. Recognize the signs. So that was kind of cool. It's kind of different. I wasn't really expecting it in this box. Yeah. But
anything that raises awareness is a good thing, and I'd say you don't hear this from me a lot, but kudos to Alpha Outpost for that. I know they're a veteran owned and operated company. I know they try to hire a lot of vets and first responders and that type of thing. And for that, like, I think that that's awesome to throw in that. I mean, it doesn't really add a whole lot of value to the box, but they're 2 items that you can use, and if it helps spread awareness for something that needs awareness spread, then it's a good thing.
If it helps one person, it's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, not enough, but it's a start. So.
Yeah, there you go. So, last item, let's talk about it. This is a dry bag. And it's a really big dry bag, and it is set up that it can also double as a backpack. Basically what a dry bag is something that you can reliably stick something into. You fold it up, and you could throw it in the water and that something isn't going to get wet. They're usually a fairly thick vinyl or plastic. They're usually plastic welded, heat welded in areas where you have seams that come together, and they're typically extremely waterproof. Now, doing what I do, I have multiple dry bags from a lot of different companies. The one I like right now that I'm using a lot of is a Rockagator dry bag, and I beat that thing up. Like, it sits in my kayak, it gets thrown around in my kayak, it falls out of my kayak, my stuff stays dry, it gets thrown in my truck, it gets beat up quite a bit, and I've never ever worried about it leaking. This one looks pretty good. It's made in China, of course. It looks all right though. It looks like construction wise that it's good. It has some silly features that I would never use, like the bottle holders on each side. It's got a little zippered compartment here that's separate from the inside compartment, and you know, handle, which is useful. I don't know how well this will do, and what I'm thinking is we'll fill this thing up with some rocks. We'll beat it against a tree a little bit to show you guys, you know, how well it holds up. And I don't know what the end result's going to be. After that, we're going to take some paper towels, fold them up, stick it in there, and throw it in the river. We got a river right there.
Right there.
Right there. So let's get to work on beating the crap out of this thing and see if it'll end up impacting it in any way.
And of course, logoed.
Yeah, the logoed.
Maroon. I mean, I could have done with just the A for Alpha Outpost, but that deal, it's like, why?
Why? Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
And it's like that on all this stuff, you know. It's like, maybe if you just put the Alpha Outpost logo, but then when you go and put the theme of everything on everything, it's kind of like, why? Why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's my biggest gripe. I have a couple gripes with this company, but my biggest gripe is that they basically go source products from China, get them made really cheap, slap their logo on it, and try to sell it like it's a, you know, premium item. And it's really not. So let's see if we can
destroy a bag.
Destroy a bag? I actually think this one's gonna stand up.
I think so too. The heat welding on it, we were looking at it the other night. Actually, it looks pretty legit. So.
All right, yeah. We're gonna get after it. Our neighbors think we're crazy.
How about a good chuck across the deal?
Okay. It's not gonna work, folks. Maybe this wasn't a fair thing to do. It already broke.
Thin bottom.
Super thin bottom.
The side held up. Oh, it blew a seam clean out.
Yeah. I mean, overall, it's not bad though. I mean, okay, there's a little hole.
And there.
Little hole there. So I guess maybe that wasn't the most fair way to go about it. I've actually done that though with a Hydra Pack Seeker, and that thing held up to me beating it full of water against a tree trunk. So, I mean, this thing just takes a beating. No leaks. I mean, try to squeeze it, nothing, man. This thing is so freaking durable. Maybe the rocks were too much. Hey, can we burn this too? No?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap it up for me. Thank you guys for watching.
Hit the thumbs up.
Thank you to the brother-in-law. If you are a veteran and you are in need of help, let's show that again. Veterans Crisis Line is a good resource. Talk to somebody. Just do it.
Just talk to them. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
So kudos to Alpha Outpost for that. Beyond that, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do 2 more of these over the next couple of weeks. So subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out west with Chris.
Take care.
The neighbors think we're crazy.